5 different prep yoga poses that will help you get into your supported headstand. Now, I know that starting an inversion practice can be a little bit intimidating, but by learning the proper muscles to stretch and lengthen and the proper muscles to strengthen and tone, you can really set yourself up for success when it comes to practicing inversions. All right, so today I want you to make sure that you at least have 1 yoga block. Okay, I'm using my blocks by Urban Fit Yoga. They're that perfect amount of soft, but not too soft, so they give you that nice support that you need. Okay, have that off to one side. We're gonna start with our cat-cow pose. All right, so this pose is really good for warming up the spine, activating the core, and just getting your muscles filled with blood and ready to go upside down. Okay, so you're gonna start on your hands and knees in a tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. Find a neutral spine by drawing your navel and your ribs in. Okay, so you don't want a rounding in your back yet, and you don't want an arch. Just that neutral pelvic position. On your inhale, you'll come into your cow pose. So tilt your tailbone up, lower your belly, and then press your heart forward. Draw the shoulders down your back, keep the navel up and in, deep breath in. Exhale for cat, lead with the tailbone, round your tailbone down, slowly let the rest of your vertebrae follow, and then tuck your chin to your chest. Press the earth away and feel that stretch along your spine. Do that 4 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more on your own, moving to your breath. On an inhale, come back to a neutral tabletop position. All right, you can go through that a few more times if you're, feeling really stiff or it's early in the morning, you feel like you need a little bit more warming. Do that for 5 more breaths. Get 10 whole breaths of your cat-cow in there. All right, our next pose that we're gonna go into is our downward facing dog, okay? This simple inversion, yes, it is an inversion, okay, reverses the blood flow and gets the hamstrings warmed up, gets the lats lengthening, and gets the shoulders really engaged to set you up for when you go into your headstand. So we're gonna come into a high plank position, like you're at the top of a push-up. Stack your wrists underneath your shoulders, spread your fingers really wide, take a deep breath in, press the ground away so you dome up between the shoulder blades. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips high. Okay, you can walk the toes forward ever so slightly. Wrap your shoulders and your elbows out and back so your biceps start to rotate towards the top of your mat. Keep rooting down through your fingertips, your knuckles, and then press up and back, lift up through your tailbone. If your back's really rounded, okay, bend your knees and then lift that tailbone up so your spine is nice and straight. Okay, you can pedal out the feet. This is your first one of the day. And when you settle into your down dog, you're gonna find stillness. Feel that lengthening through the backs of your legs. Keep rounding the shoulders out and back. Press the earth away. And then gaze between your legs. Hold for 8 breaths. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Continue that pressing. We're gonna talk about this a lot in this video. Pushing the ground away from you. Really strong, stable shoulders. Using your core to lift and get light on your hands. You can actually use your core strength to get the weight to feel lighter on your palms, and that is one of the keys to inversions. Take 2 more breaths. Last one. All right, tap your knees down and shake out the arms for a second. All right, our next pose is going to be our forearm plank, or also known as a dolphin plank. Again, this is another prep pose that really just sets up your core and your upper body to strengthen so that you're able to hold yourself up and keep the weight out of your head in your headstand. Okay, so to go into this, you're gonna take your forearms parallel to one another on your mat. Okay, spread your fingers wide, step your feet back. You're trying to line up your elbows underneath your shoulders. Okay, so you look at me here. If I shrug down, the shoulders come towards the ears. Oh, that's hard on my core, okay? Press away. You want to feel that space between your shoulder blades. Puff up a little bit. Draw your belly in, heels are lifted high, and engage your quads, so your quadriceps. You want to keep those muscles really strong. Inhale. Exhale. Tighten your abs. 4 more. 3. Last 2. Last one. All right, tap your knees down. Woo, you can shake out the arms. Okay, next we're gonna grab our blocks. We're gonna need them for this one. We're gonna do an L sit, okay? Training the core and the hip flexors, the abs and the hip flexors to lift, all right? Strengthening them, and that will make it so much easier when you're trying to come into your headstand variation and other different inversions. So take your blocks next to your hips. You should be able to place your palms on them. Okay, take your legs out in front of you and flex your feet. Okay, so the goal is gonna be to press into the blocks, lift your hips, and then lift your feet and hold. Okay, if you're not there yet, that's okay. You're gonna take the palms onto the blocks, press up, engage your abs, and then maybe you just hold it here, okay? Again, get those shoulders out of your ears. Next, you can play with lifting one foot. Hold it for a few breaths. Lower it down, and then pick up the other one. Lower it down. If you can lift both feet up, you gotta press the ground away. Lift up. And release. Woo, shake it out. All right, so when you do that, wherever you choose to go, hold it for about 10 breaths, okay? Again, it can be different variations. Just, again, pressing down, holding it. Hold it for 3 breaths. Maybe lift one foot for 3, then the other foot for 3, and then take a seat. Or you can play with lifting both feet together. All right, once you're able to lift both feet up off the ground, you'll know your core is strong and really ready to go. Although you should still be able to get into your headstand even if you can't go there yet. All right, so our last pose before we get into our supported headstand is dolphin. So we're gonna take one of our blocks. All right, you're gonna take that block between your index finger and your thumb on both sides. So this block, okay, as you can see here, is about the distance of my shoulders. Now, if your shoulders are a little bit wider, maybe you're a guy trying this, okay, that block's gonna be too narrow for your shoulders, but you can still have your hands around the block. Just make sure those elbows are in line with the shoulders. Most of us have too tight of shoulders to actually keep this perfect 90-degree angle and that perfect distance between the forearms, okay? So if the hands come in a little bit, that's all right. So take your block, place it down, step back, come into that forearm plank that we did earlier. Okay, take a breath in. Again, press away. Maybe play with that, lower, press, lower, press. Okay, keep pressing away. Now walk your feet towards your elbows. All right, this is a lot of strengthening in the shoulders. Maybe you pedal your feet out for a moment. When you're ready, just settle in, keep pushing away. You can look towards your feet right now. This is also an amazing prep pose for forearm stand, which we will get into in another video. Lift through your core, push with the forearms. Breathe for 8 whole breaths here. We're on about number 4, so 4 more. When you're ready, tap your knees down. Okay, sit on up. You can shake out the arms. All right, so those are our 5 yoga poses to prep for our headstand. Now I'm gonna show you the proper way to get in it and out of it. Watch me first, and then you can follow along. So our first step is to take our fingers, interlace them, and then bring the palms together. I always like to recommend taking the pinkies out so you create a little bit extra support. All right, you're gonna take the arms behind the head and then wrap the forearms around. You wanna be balancing on the crown of your head, so if you're not sure where that is exactly, take your thumbs to the very top point of your ears and take your middle fingers together. And you wanna make sure that once you're upside down, there's no crinkles or crunching in your neck. It's nice and long, and you're keeping the shoulders out of your ears. So once you know where the crown of your head is, take those interlaced fingers with the pinkies out, take them behind your head so palms are together, wrap your elbows in. You don't want them wide because that's gonna give you less support. The ultimate goal is to have the weight in your forearms, not dumping into your head and neck. All right, once you have them, slowly take them down to the ground. All right, tuck your toes under. Lift your hips up towards the sky, walk your feet in close to your body. Play with pressing the ground away, lifting your head off the ground, and then lowering it down. Do that 3 times. Feel that lengthening through the sides of your body, that strength building in your shoulders. If you can't lift your head off the ground, I want you to stay here today and just practice building strength in the shoulders by pressing your forearms down. Okay, to take it further, shift your hips over your shoulders, hug one knee into your chest, and then get light on the other toes, and then maybe the other knee comes in. From there, you can straighten one leg up, and then the other. Squeeze your glutes and abs, keep pushing the forearms down. Breathe. Hold it as long as you can. When you're ready to release, one knee down, then the other, and then release down. Embryo pose, forehead to the earth. Arms back alongside your body. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. One more. All right, great job, you guys. Just a few key things to remember when practicing your headstands. Make sure that you're properly warmed up with poses like the ones that we just did. All right, make sure that you take it one step at a time. Never kick up into your headstand, because that's how you could hurt your neck. And really listen to your body. Remember, not every day is the same. Some days we feel like we can fly, and other days we feel like we need to just sit down and meditate. So please honor your body as you're practicing your inversions. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure to click subscribe to be notified whenever I post a new video each week. Head to my website to see more tips and tricks like this on my blog, and follow me on Instagram at Kelly Collins Wellness to see daily inspiration. All right, thank you, and I'll see you soon.